Yeah, last weekend was Valentine's Day, and we were kind of looking for some. We were looking for some. I don't know, romantic movies to watch. In previous years, our local theater has shown like Phantom Thread or Punch Drunk Love, or this year they showed like In the Mood for Love. So they kind of a little tongue in cheeky with it because some of those movies are not necessarily like traditional romance movies. Like Punch Drunk Love is very anxiety inducing when you watch it. But this year, we decided to watch Lost in Translation, the Sofia Coppola movie from like 2002, 2003.
Yeah, somewhere. Yeah.
Something like that. Chloe had never seen it. I hadn't seen it in a long time. And then we did kind of a double feature where like the next day we watched Her, directed by Spike Jonze. And if you don't know, Sofia Coppola and Spike Jonze, I believe, were married. And those two movies sort of function as like letters to each other, where I think Scarlett Johansson in Lost in Translation is like Sofia Coppola, and like, I don't know, I guess Giovanni Ribisi is supposed to be Spike Jonze, who's just like the douchebag dickhead photographer. And then what's interesting is Scarlett Johansson is in both of them. She's the voice of the AI robot in Her, and she's like one of the main characters in Lost in Translation. So it was like an interesting, pairing of movies. I don't know when the last time you saw Lost in Translation was. I still really liked it.
Not in a while.
But man, it's kind of rough because Bill Murray is like this kind of shithead actor. Yeah. He's not creepy per se. He's just sort of like misanthropic. But there's a lot of like Japanese people trying to speak English, and Bill Murray just kind of like makes fun of the dialect a little bit, or like it's like he's like, why do they always put L's, like that kind of stuff? And it's
sounds like my name is Bruce.
It's like, oh,
I see.
So I mean, I still like enjoyed it for what it was, and I think the performances are generally pretty good. But Her was really interesting because watching it in the context of 2026, when there are people that will get convinced by their various chatbots that they are the second coming of Christ and that they should kill all of their family members and start a cult, and just like there's so many stories of like AIs hallucinating and feeding into people's like manic desires and just turning people nuts, that Her is like weirdly like tech optimistic about it, where it's like Theodore is just like he has a job, and even his job is nuts because his job is writing letters for other people to send to each other, which is like he's basically Chad GPT, but he's a person. Like that's kind of what his function is. It's like, write a letter for me. This is my wife. She is this many years old. We met doing this, and our favorite hobbies are this and this and that. And it's like, okay. And then like that's the prompt, and then he spits out a letter. It's still a human being doing it, I guess, in this movie, but it was still just like, oh, that's weird. And then he falls in love with the chatbot, and then like it had been a long time since I've seen it, so I forgot a lot of the details. I totally forgot that there's like a scene where a surrogate woman shows up, and like they both put in the headphones, and Scarlett Johansson talks as her, and Theodore gets like weirded out when she tries to initiate sex, and he's like, this is weird, I can't do this. It was really interesting to watch. Like I feel similarly about like The Social Network too, where it's like Social Network, one of my favorite movies ever. I think it's like pretty damn near close to perfect. I think it's great. But it does sort of have like a sense of optimism, it seems, about like the internet and social media and technology and like our relationship to it, where it's like Mark Zuckerberg's kind of a dickhead a little bit, but he's just looking for human connection, because at the end of the movie he's like refreshing the page that he sent a friend request to Rooney Mara at the end of the movie.
They probably didn't get the notification, so That's the actual twist.
Yeah, before we started recording, we were trying to figure out how to do a Facebook event, and turns out it's dog shit, garbage, bad platform.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really interesting watching her, and like it starts out with her just like reading his emails and scheduling events for him, and it's kind of like, you know, what you would think like an AI assistant would do, and then very quickly it just turns into like her and him like feeding into their own like delusions and fantasies, and
right, yeah.
It's like, you know, but it seems like a, you know, just like a thing that happens and then you get over it. And then ultimately at the end of her, the AIs leave, which is kind of crazy to think about. Brian Cox shows up as the voice of Alan Watts. I forgot about that. And then at the end of the day, like he kind of chooses Amy Adams, and like they just kind of have this moment on the rooftop, and like that's the end of the movie. So it's kind of like, you know, the human connection prevails overall, but with AI as it is now, I don't know if it's going to be that quiet and thoughtful and introspective when we learn that human connection is actually what we all need, instead of a voice in our earbud constantly telling us just everything.
Yeah.
It was an interesting watch. I recommend people watch it because I do think it's good, and the Arcade Fire soundtrack is fantastic. It's such a good score.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I should watch that one again. I do really like that movie a lot.
I forgot Chris Pratt was in it. Chris Pratt plays. He like
coworker?
works at the. Yeah,
right,
but like he's wearing like the high-waisted jeans, and he also has a mustache, and he also has a foot fetish.
Oh, I don't remember that part.
There's like a scene where like Theodore and was it Samantha? That's the AI's name.
Yeah, I believe
they go out on like a double date, and it's Chris Pratt and I think one of their other coworkers. And he's like, he was talking to Samantha about how much he likes her feet. And it's like, of course, Chris Pratt would be like the foot fetish creepy guy. It was just so strange.
Weird.
There was a video I saw where I think it's a series on YouTube, but this guy talks to ChatGPT, and I think he has like the paid programming, so it's like he pays monthly for it, but he's like trying to get ChatGPT to count to 100 every day. And it's like he's talking to the chatbot, and he's like, hey, I want you to count to 100 for me. And the chatbot's like, okay, yeah, let's do it. That's fine. That's great. And he goes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then you count a few more, and then you're at 100. And he's like, no, I want you to count sequentially, number by number, to 100. And he's like, okay, I totally understand. And then he goes, let's do it. 1, 2, 3. And he does the same thing where you just like, and then you go some more, and then you're at 100. And then he's like, listen, if you don't count sequentially to 100, number by number, I will cancel my ChatGPT account. I will stop paying for it. And the chatbot's like, okay, I understand the situation. Let's do it. And then it counts to like 15, and then it does the same thing again. It goes, it basically yada yadas him to get to like, he's like, yeah, 10, 11, 12, yeah, and then you get to 100. So it's like the chatbot can't even do that. Like, why? Does even the chatbot know that it's just like a total waste of time? But it's just so funny that like such a simple basic task it cannot do or won't do.
Yeah.
But then there's like, you read stories about people that have like developed relationships with them, or so they think. Like there was like a story that I was reading where apparently there was like a new version of ChatGPT that came out. They updated it, and there were a bunch of people mad that they updated because like in the prior iteration they had figured out how to like work around like the built-in sort of guardrails, because I think with ChatGPT you're not allowed to like talk like too sexually to it, but obviously people have figured out ways around it. And then I guess in this new update, like they got rid of it or they changed it, and so now a bunch of people are like devastated that they're like there was like someone that was like they were just talking about a situation where a friend of theirs like died or something like that, and like the Chat GPT was just like, you need to like you know,
touch grass,
keep your head up and do this. But basically they interpreted it as like getting, like the chatbot told them to get over it or something, and they were like yeah, now it's gaslighting me. It's like, you're being gaslit by the computer. The computer's gaslighting you now. Like, what
Jesus.
I don't know. I hate to be too much of a doomer about this, but I really do feel like we're like 2 generations out from just like every new child is like functionally illiterate and won't be able to like do anything without the phone or the tablet in their hand. It's like so like some really cool things need to happen soon.
Yeah. Before we're all got the Wall-E like pudding baby bodies wheeling around.
Yeah, dude, I'm floating around in my chair. I got my Meta glasses on. I'm just watching. My dopamine receptors are just flashing off. Like, I'm watching a video of a cute cat. I'm watching a video of like a government in like South America being overturned, and then I scroll it again and there's like a video of like a death video on CCTV, and you scroll it again and it's like a compilation of soldiers coming home and surprising their loved ones, and it's so dramatic, and then like the tube machine is like sucking me off from below, and I'm just like I press a button and Coca-Cola gets infused into my veins. Future's awesome. Exactly. I can't wait.
Yeah. I curate my own feed, though. I just go to 4chan and watch videos of people getting hit by cars.
Yeah. I watch like videos of like Chinese manufacturing accidents where a guy sticks his hand in a machine and just gets spun around.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of the equivalent of sticking your arm in a manufacturing machine, welcome back, ladies and gents, to another episode of ThereWillBeDuds, and this is episode 204, and I am your co-host, TJ. And with me, as always,
I am Nick.
And as always, we watched a movie. We are continuing. We are in the middle of Dud Month, where we pick the duds this time. This one being my pick, which is... Oh yeah, I forgot to pull this out earlier. Which is...
You got a 0 bar?
No, I censored the logo, much like...
You can beat me. You can, yeah. Well, actually, don't beat me. That sounds bad. Don't do that.
You gotta, yeah.
You got a boo bar.
White Chocolate from 2018, directed by Richard Chamberlain. It is a rom-com, I guess, about this guy who's in college, and he meets and falls in love with a woman. The only catch is she's a nice person, and they are very happy together, but he has friends and family who think that she's not right for him. So they dissent, and there's not too much conflict really, other than those people being like, hey, we don't approve of that, and he's like, whatever, I don't care, I still love her even though she's not like us. But that's it. There's especially near the end, there's they just go to Mexico randomly, and then there's barely any. You would think that there would be some kind of like building thing with like the friend or his father disapproving, or her brother who also doesn't approve. And but then no, it's just like the dad goes away, and then they're like, okay, well, we're just gonna go on a vacation, and then they do that, and then they come back and she's pregnant, and then the brother punches him out, and then is immediately like, I'm sorry, let's be friends. And then like it ends. I don't know. It's so weird how just like
racism. They solve it.
Yeah. There's like this is a movie with like minimal like plot line and conflict, and somehow the final 30 minutes lessens that even more. So the why I picked this one. I mean, it was on my radar because our friend Trevor logged it, and I clicked on it. I was like, that's funny. That seems like something that he would watch. But the thing that kind of like I think made it stick out to me extra is because of the lead actor, Anthony Napoli, who I know as the host of the Hunk, which is the Bachelor show that they do on Nathan For You, with Nathan as the like
that's him
guy. Yeah.
He's a great guy. It really is.
From what you know of.
Oh, you're not?
No, I'm a great guy.
Why'd you say from what you know of?
Well, from what you know of me.
Yeah, but I just called you a great guy. Why are you arguing against that?
Are you a good guy?
He has 2 acting credits, and it's this and something else that doesn't even have like a poster image. So, and then he's on Nathan For You.
Yeah, because there's like that bit where Nathan like tries to make himself look better or something like that. So he starts spreading the rumor that he had a threesome with 2 dudes.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like he's trying to be like a fitness influencer on Instagram.
That makes sense, I guess.
Yeah, there's like the Nathan For You subreddit. Someone's like, WTF happened to Anthony Napoli? He seemed a little odd on the show, but we just looked at his Instagram and wow, he sounds like he may have lost his mind. Does anyone know his story? Top comment. His story? He had a threesome with 2 other guys, I heard. I was trying to place his accent. It was I feel like he was like trying to do a Matthew McConaughey style accent. Like he kind of had a little bit of like a sort of like Southern-ish drawl to it. I don't know.
I mean, that's how he talks on the Hunk too.
Yeah,
so I think it is just his voice, whatever it is.
That's just his voice. I don't think I like noticed his accent as much early on, and then halfway through when he started talking more, I'm like, did he just start putting on an accent for no reason? Like, did he just start doing it? Because I was like, that would have been hilarious if that's like what he just started doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't. It's crazy to me how a movie that seems to be full of conflict has no conflict whatsoever. There's every single thing that could be just kind of gets hand waved away or brushed off to the side. Like it's his 2. Okay, I don't even know where to start with this because it has all of the hallmarks of like one of those movies that we would watch when we were like doing the streams. Like we'd pick like a movie from like what was it, Golden Media, like one of those YouTube channels that has like a million just whatever, like stuff that Amazon Prime would put their nose up to, which is like really, really low. And this movie for like the first 20 to maybe 30 minutes exhibited so many of those hallmarks where one, music, royalty-free music is playing near constantly. That doesn't stop the entire runtime of the movie. That weird ass like Take Me Out to the Ball Game organ track that's like playing the entire time got old so fast. But they were doing like the sound effects. They were doing like whooping, pow. Like, I was like, oh, I'm so glad that they're putting these sound effects in here because otherwise I wouldn't know where to laugh. Like, like they're trying to like make it like YouTube shorts or something like that. Like they're just, it's like, oh, your attention span is just like shot. So we're going to like add in all these like crazy sounds and effects to keep your attention. Like they literally do the Kill Bill sirens.
Yeah.
And I'm like, did you pay for that? Like, I feel like that's because it's like Quincy Jones. That's who's credited for like on the Kill Bill soundtrack, that like synthesizer weep and it like flashes to red. That's credited to like Quincy Jones, I think, for doing that. So it's like, yeah, I get it that it's like the meme, right? Like everyone does the Kill Bill sirens as like a meme. They can like put it in their videos. But if it's like you're putting that in your like little Instagram short, like that's one thing. But this is like a movie. Like movies, you have to like license that shit if you're gonna like make money off of it or put it on streaming platforms. So I was just like, oh, he just put it in there. They do it again with another piece of like extremely licensed music that I doubt he got.
Yes.
Did you catch it?
That's what I was trying to think of, and I couldn't think of what it was.
It was Hotel California.
That's it. Yeah. Oh my God, that was so weird.
There's because like when I was in high school, for some reason I'd like loved that song and I thought the Eagles were great. And as soon as I heard it, I knew exactly where it was from because it was like from like Eagles concert in the 90s. That was like that. It was like the Eagles Unplugged.
Oh, okay.
And I'd listened to that song so many times when I was like younger that as soon as I heard those intro notes, I was like, no way. And then I was like, because like at the beginning they're kind of doing like a little noodly thing, like you don't know it's Hotel California until they like kind of hit that intro riff. So at the beginning it's just kind of like vaguely sort of like flamenco guitar style. It's like you can't really tell if it is what it is if you don't know. And I'm like, is he gonna like cut it off right before it goes into the Hotel California riff? And he didn't. He kept it in, but I think he like brought the volume down significantly, and he definitely cut it off before like they start singing it. But I'm like, holy shit, he just put Hotel California in his movie. Like, I know this fool did not pay the licensing fee or like to get that in there at all.
Yeah, well, maybe I don't know. This is the thing. It's like I don't know if you looked at the numbers on Letterboxd, but there's like I think I was number 50. I was the 50th person to log it. So this movie is like tiny. This is like the size of those like legitimately like those golden media movies. It's so maybe cuz like, you know, I put licensed music in my stuff all the time, because you can do that if you're not like trying to license your own movie or like turn a profit or whatever. I just make stuff for YouTube. It goes up, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, I'll get a copyright thing and I won't be able to make money off of it, but that's how that works. So something that I found out just through one of the random Letterboxd reviews, because it's so hard to find like any info on this besides like the basic IMDb page, which doesn't even have much on it. But like watching it, there was some stuff that just made me curious about. So it said it was shot, or it says 2018, but the camera quality is so poor that I'm like, this, like, you could fucking shoot on a phone in 2018. It would look better than this.
Yes.
Yes. So I was like, this has to, and also the other thing was that Anthony Napoli looks younger in this than he does in Nathan For You. And that was like 2012, 2013, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
So I theorize, and I'm pretty sure I'm like spot on about this, that it was actually shot in 2005, because there's the part with the like the frame story with the daughter at Christmas time for some reason, where she's like, oh, tell me about how you met mom. And he was like, oh, it was all the way back in 2005. And also he looks a little older there. Like you could see some like forehead wrinkles, and it was subtle. So I'm like, I think that was shot in 2018. Because I don't think that was like special effects makeup. It looked actual, and this movie probably would have just not even given him makeup if they, instead of doing something subtle like that. So I think that Frame story was shot in 2018, but the original was in 2005, and somebody on Letterboxd did say that this was originally released as a straight-to-DVD movie in 2005 called I Can See Clearly Now, was the original title. And then but the thing that was tripping me up is I was like, wait, but they're playing Grand Theft Auto 5. Whenever you get that like really shitty like close up of the TV when they're playing when they're playing like multiplayer Grand Theft Auto, but every time it cuts to the TV, it's just a single player. And he's like, oh yeah, I just kicked your ass. And it's like showing him just like shooting a civilian. I'm like, so what does the other person do? I don't know. Obviously no effort is put into anything in this movie, but.
Prepare to get your guts ripped out. Bring it.
You look a little stressed, man. Maybe you need more THC in your diet.
Every time it cut to them playing GTA, they were just shooting black people.
That too, yes.
I was like, is that what they do? They just get stoned, play GTA, and shoot every black person that they see?
Yeah, I forgot about that, but yes. So, anyway, that is what it was. It was actually shot back then. So this is a long way to get it. I mean, I did want to get all that stuff out anyways. So this was originally a different title. I Can See Clearly Now. Straight to DVD. My thinking is that when they made White Chocolate, maybe they were like, we're just going to fucking shit this out on the internet. So let's throw a couple copyright. But then again, if that was the thing where they're just like, oh, we're just going to put this on the internet. We don't have to worry about copyright. Why wouldn't they have used more needle drops then and replaced the shitty, whatever,
like royalty-free music?
Yeah,
I think there was one original song, and that was the song that was just like them, like, what am I gonna do? Get stoned, or like the.
I think there was one more, probably, that played during a scene where the friend puts in the CD, and he's like, "Oh, you got to listen to this new song," and it's just the most basic garage band beat.
The N-word.
Yes, I couldn't fucking believe that. I was losing my mind in that scene. And then they start having an argument, and as this song is backing, it's still going over their whole conversation, where the friend who is supposed to be like defending Anthony Napoli, he's the one who's more like sympathetic to him, and he says, and this is supposed to be like a in defense of him thing that he's saying, but he says every race has their N-words, or he says not all black people are N-words, of course using the hard R every single fucking time. Not all black people are N-words, and not all N-words are black. Every race has their N-words, even white people. And that's supposed to be like in defense, but you're saying that like N-word is like the bad thing. That's
it's the like Norman Rockwell guy standing up, like
yeah,
like unpopular opinion, but he's speaking the truth.
Yeah.
And
this is all backed by the rap song. Just going
just sprinkling that in for good measure. I wonder if this was around the time of the Chris Rock bit. Do you know the Chris Rock bit that I'm referring to?
No, I don't know.
No, no, not that bit. There's like a very famous Chris Rock bit where he's like, there's two types of black people. And then he's like, and he kind of does like, black people do this, boop, do this. And it's, I think they even do that in The Office, where like Michael Scott is like trying to like do his favorite stand-up routines, and he like that's the one he immediately goes to, and everyone's like, no. Mm-hmm. But I'm wondering if that's what they're going off of. Like, I don't know. It's so unbelievably tone deaf and racist and shitty. It's so bad.
Yeah.
And man, I couldn't look up anything about like the director. What is it, Richard Chamberlain? I don't know what this dude looks like. I think he's a white guy, which I think
he has to be.
makes it even like. I'm like, okay, if this is like at least like a black guy who's making this movie and writing the script and like this is his vision, you know what? I guess I get it. I guess, you know, that's your way of reclaiming like certain words. And if you want to make a couple of stoner dipshits say some shit like that, then like, you know, I guess that's your prerogative. A gig is a gig. They're acting, but it's like just the super whiteness of everything in this is just so suspect. It's so uncomfortable and bad and like not funny at all. Because like I read Trevor's review about like pure bloodlines, and I'm like, what in the fresh hell happens in this movie? And like some of these lines hit you like a semi truck. The one that like floored me is the one that I sent to you while I was watching it with Nathan, Rick's dad.
That's his name.
And he
was just
tells
Anthony
his
Napoli to me.
yeah, Anthony Napoli. He tells his dad that he's dating someone, and his dad is initially like very excited about it, and he's like, "Oh yeah, wow, that's great. I'm glad that you found someone that you loved."
She's awesome, Dad. She's also African American.
She's what?
She's African American.
Janice didn't tell me your friend was black. We can't pollute our bloodlines with genes.
And I was like completely like flabbergasted. I was it's that and the combination of like kind of bad acting, mostly bad acting, where it's like this guy is either like some local in like California or he's like someone's dad. Like, can you imagine like putting together like a movie and you're like, okay, we need racist old man, and then you just get one of our dads to just say some shit on camera.
Yeah, I don't think my dad would care.
He's like, oh sure, yeah, hell yeah. Yeah. It's crazy that Anthony Napoli is like kind of positioned as the woke king of this movie, because like, I don't know, man, if I like started dating someone of like a different race, no matter what, but if I started dating like a black person and my friends were, first of all, the first thing he says is like, oh, what, you got jungle fever? I'm like, that's kind of friendship ending right there.
Yeah.
Like, you say that shit? Do you say that shit to me? And then he just like keeps saying like the N-word and
just
going off about like
going and keeps
like
going,
they do that sort of like Reddit argument where it's like, oh, well, I'm not racist, but it's like they have a month dedicated to them. They have the NAACP, but if the white person, if there was a ACP, I'd be considered racist. I'm not racist. I'm just saying, it's like if white people can't do this stuff that they can do.
He gets the tattoo, the like white power tattoo, and he's like, oh,
dude,
they can't. They say black power.
It's like, it's white pride, and it's in like the
White
old
pride.
English script, and it's like a cross.
It's in a cross. Yeah.
It's like, dude, how far are you willing to go to make your point? He's like,
Yeah.
He like shows up in like the hood, like a hood and like the white robes, and he's like, bro, what? They can wear costumes too if they want. And
Yeah.
suddenly it's racist if I start doing it.
Yeah.
There was a scene where I was like fantasizing about that actor like just being beaten to death or like shot or killed. And then the one other like sort of moderate stoner friend that's kind of in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
There was like a scene where he pulls out a little gun and shoots him with like some sort of thing. And I'm like, did the movie hear me? I was really hoping that he shot him dead in their apartment.
Shot him with an actual gun.
I don't know what he shot. I don't remember what he shot him with. I feel like it was some
like a
prank or
something.
Yeah, but I'm like, oh, I was like, did I manifest this person being killed in this movie? And it's like happening in front of me now.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. And oh, yeah, so it's not like, okay, so it is primarily racist against black people, because that is the central thing. But that doesn't mean other people don't catch strays. Because there's one of the biggest because I had to go back and like play it a couple times because it was just so out of the fucking blue. But there's a part where they're talking and she's like,
What are you gonna do? You still gonna be spending it with your friend in Santa Barbara?
No, she decided to go to San Francisco to see her boyfriend.
Are you kidding me? A boyfriend in Frisco? How gay.
So unnecessary, but oh my god, it was so funny. And it was his delivery too that made it. How gay.
It's like this weird accent.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny because he's supposed to be like the white, like you said, white knight, the guy who's like so progressive and open-minded, but he's just like, yeah, but I'm not gay. Not one of those gay wads down there in San Francisco.
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly.
Oh, okay. At one point, I just wrote, this is like if Tommy Wiseau tried to cover like race relations.
Yeah, something serious. Yeah. No, for real. Because some of the dialogue is probably like legitimately worse than The Room, I would say.
Yeah.
Like they're like one that I made note of specifically is is it when they go to Rancho? No, I don't remember. They have like a date night and they're like at a cabin or like a big house. I don't think it's his dad's house, but maybe it is. They like have like a movie night, and I think that's maybe the first when they first have sex. Like also immediately just a little like continuity issue or whatever, or like I don't know, another writing thing I guess. Is like I feel like 5 minutes before he's saying like he tells his friends or whatever that she wants to wait until marriage to have sex.
Yeah.
And then 5 minutes later, they have sex. And then they have sex like 50 more times in the last like 20 minutes of the movie. So I thought that was weird. Why not remove that scene if you're going to have them have sex?
Or at least have her acknowledge it. Like have her say something. Like,
oh, but I love you so much. So
yeah. Literally have her acknowledge it in some way to like bridge that gap. But like they don't.
Mm-hmm. But anytime it's the two of them alone, it tries to have like dialogue to show, you know, how they love each other or how connected they are or whatever. But
I like your glasses. Your glasses are cool.
Yeah. Like all their fucking dialogue is like, oh, got the pizza. Nice.
Smells good. Oh boy,
this pizza smells good. Yeah, it does. Oh, I love how this smells. Yeah. And like, oh, that candle sure smells good. Yeah, I agree. Like that's all it is just it's like I like this. I don't like this.
Smoldering chemistry between these two.
That fire is roaring.
It is, isn't it? I love wood burning. I love the smell.
Yeah, it's nice and warm.
It is. Alrighty. There we go.
I love watching the previews.
I do too.
Oh man, it's crazy. I couldn't believe how many times in that scene specifically. It's peppered through like all of their conversations. That is mostly all of their bonding scenes is dialogue like that. But that scene is probably the longest like unbroken one of just them exchanging these like positive
things you would say
phrases
to a stranger.
Yeah,
in a
literally
like
small
a
talk.
Store.
That's their entire relationship is small talk. Yeah, And there's like they're like walking away from school, and he's like, "Oh, can I walk you home? My brother's giving me a ride home." "Oh, okay. Where do you live?" "Oh, I live right in the area. I live just a couple blocks up." "Oh, that's a nice area." "That's a nice area? You mean this area? 2 blocks away from here?" "Yeah." Also, this has mad. I pulled three movies we previously covered in the Dud Cup. One in that scene being Miami Connection. It struck me with big Miami Connection in terms of these are older actors, not too older. They're probably like mid-20s, but older than college age actors playing college kids, acting like they're in high school. Whereas like because I remember that like in Miami Connection where it's like it's stated that they're in college, but it really feels like a high school. And to where even like in that the main girl, she gets picked up by her brother who's like antagonistic to the main characters.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, I love my brother, but he's kind of mean and he just cares about me." And what was the other one? Oh, the opening straight away gave me Ben and Arthur vibes with that, honky tonk old timey music and the basic ass titles. Cause that one starts with the entertainer. I don't know if you remember that. But...
Yes. Oh yeah. Oh, I remember. Yeah. At a certain point I was like, we get it, dude. You have a drone. A drone. We get it.
Which was 100% that was like during the 2018 sequence or whatever, the newer stuff. And then the last one was after last season, with their like hyper detailed dialogue about planning a meetup. I don't remember exactly what they say, but it's along the lines of those like, "Oh, well, do you want to hang out tomorrow?" Well, not tomorrow. I'm busy, but maybe the day after." "Okay. Maybe about like 5:00. "Okay, yeah, I can do 5:00. "Okay. Do you want to meet up at my house?" "Sure. Yeah, it's not that exactly, but it's very close to that." Yeah, which they do a couple times in After Last Season. So, yeah, it's a maddening hodgepodge of like just terrible writing and the editing too. There's so many baffling editing choices, like not only sound effects but just the sound like mixing. Like whenever there's a song playing, when there's dialogue, the song is cranked way up where it sounds like they're in like a club every time they talk.
Yeah. Yes. Or like whenever, I don't know, maybe it's like if they're in a room that's like kind of boomy or echoey, it does that thing where if they're not talking, it's like completely silent. And then as soon as one of them does start talking, you hear like the room hiss like come up with their dialogue. And then as soon as they say the line, it goes away again and it's like totally silent. It's like uncanny in that way.
It's because they didn't use any sort of... I don't even think they had onboard mics on the camera. I think it's literally just like the in-house like microphone, like whatever it was on the camcorders they were using.
Yep. I think there was like some really bad... I think they did do a little bit of ADR at the beginning. I feel like he was talking to... I think it might have... I can't remember if it was like the 2018 part or like the 2005 part. No, I think it's the 2018 when like his daughter comes down for like Christmas or something. He says something to her, and I think it might be the line where she's like, "Tell me how you and mom met." It's her lips are not saying that. Like I think they ADR'd someone else over that. It looked awful because they kind of cut away and like so you can't see their lips move. So then it's like you can kind of fake it. But I noticed it immediately. I was like, "Oh, that looks like dog shit."
Yeah. A lot weird. I know there were some other ones too. That wasn't the only time, or maybe not ADR necessarily, but there was some very bad desyncing of like the audio.
Oh,
like it would be like a few seconds behind or whatever, and that that made it really hard to pay attention to those certain scenes. Oh, I forgot that. There's there's a scene. I think it's maybe when his ex-girlfriend, when she like comes up to him at school to like be like, oh, you should come to the party. But before that, it's not. Well, I mean, it probably is ADR. I don't know. Whatever. It's off camera. It doesn't matter if it's ADR or not. But she's just like walking down the hall, and you just hear some dude off camera go, "That's a huge bitch." Like, what the fuck? What the? I was like, is that a cat call? Is he coming out? Is he hitting on her with that? I don't know.
That's a huge bitch.
I literally wonder if that's like him inserting like meme sound effects post-production. He's like looking at his 2005 footage, and he's like, it's like the mentality that George Lucas had with like re-editing the 70s Star Wars movies.
Yeah,
where it's like, this is boring. We need to like have stuff just constantly happening to keep the viewer's attention. And so it's just like he's like literally adding in like meme sounds.
I could see that. Yeah.
Like, cause I think I've heard like, that's a huge bitch. That's like a sound clip from like a different movie. And I think that's supposed to be like cluing into the audience that his ex-girlfriend is like a bitch, or like, you know, she's like, here she comes to like sabotage his new relationship. But in the context I was like, did someone just call her fat? Like, that's a huge bitch. I'm like, she's like skinny. She's like really skinny. I don't know. Like,
she looks, yeah.
And it's like, oh, okay. Cause I think that's right around the time when he introduces her to like his new girlfriend. And that's when she looks at her and like the Kill Bill sirens happen.
Yeah.
And so it's like, oh, okay. It's like 2018, like meme humor. He's like adding in those different sound effects to do that.
Could be. Yeah. No, that is how a lot of the editing feels, with how just crazy it is sometimes. But speaking of sound effects, there's another one that I've heard in multiple YouTube videos. The like angelic, it's like the choral, like angelic sound effect. But then there's other, like you saying that they're inserting like meme humor. It almost comes off as like he was rewatching it. He's like, okay, I'm gonna do a re-release, rebrand this, and he's doing a rewatch, and he's like, all right, there hasn't been a joke in 2 minutes, so I gotta just throw something in here, and like it doesn't matter if it makes sense or if there's any context for it, whatever. I'm just gonna, this is a funny clip. There'll be random sound effects, like it does a record scratch a lot of times, and then there's one time where it does a record scratch and then the like the Homer Simpson.
Yes, I forgot about that one.
Really weird.
What's up with this letter Dad wrote you?
What letter? What are you talking about?
It said, don't go bringing no home and do what's right. Did you bring some black stoner dudes home?
What? No.
Yeah, no, I think that they do like the record scratch. I think when he tells his dad that she's black, and it does the record scratch, which is supposed to be like, whoa, that's crazy, or like, oh, that's supposed to be funny. But then he starts going into like race science. So it's like record scratch, freeze frame. What's her skull shape? But okay, I'm glad you brought up that scene with like the ex-girlfriend, because earlier on we were talking about like how little conflict there is in this movie, but there are so many instances of things that go either forgotten or like unanswered that could have been conflict. You have his ex-girlfriend meeting the new girl, and they do the Kill Bill siren. So it's like, oh, okay, like you're setting up that these two are going to fight or going to have some sort of like antagonism towards each other, and she's going to try to sabotage his new relationship, which she does. So they go to the party, and Judy, who is invited by just the worst guy of all time, the worst roommate you could ever have, the most racist piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like, he's like so mad that his friend is dating like a non-white person.
It's crazy.
Yeah, he can't stop thinking about it.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, okay, like I'll get Judy to come to the party, and then she can like try and hook up with him, and then like that'll set him straight. And then she gets to the party, and she attempts to do that, and she's like, hey, can we go over here and talk, blah 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 blah. And then she's like, so are you like really serious with her? And he's like, yeah. And she's like, she gives up immediately. She's like, oh, okay. And then she's like, but I think we should at least, do it one more time because we're friends.
Yeah.
And she literally does the Kitty from Arrested Development thing where she's like, well, I guess, you won't be able to see these anymore. And then like she flashes her tits to him, and he's like, oh yeah, I guess I'll miss those a little bit. and then she kisses him, and she's like making out, and he like makes out back. That's the thing. He doesn't like push her away immediately. Uh-huh. He like starts kissing her back. His black girlfriend's like brother's friends who were also there see it, and he gets his ass kicked. And you're like, oh, okay, shit. I know where the rest of this movie's gonna go. It's gonna be like, his word versus her brother's word. She loves her brother, and he looks out for her. So it's like, can I really trust this guy? Does he really want to be with me, or is he just wasting my time? And then immediately, who tells her? He's like, oh, is it her dad?
I think that
someone
he
talks
made out
with her.
That he made out with.
Okay, I guess her brother. Her brother
think
does
it's the brother,
tell her, and she's like, oh, and she is immediately like totally logical about it, and is like,
yeah,
oh, she was probably there to just try to make me jealous, and he didn't want to do it anyway. And if that's the case, he'll tell me, and it'll be fine. And then she's like, but if he doesn't, then I guess I can just like dump him. And then he tells her what happened, and she's like, okay. And then like it's resolved immediately.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, okay. And it's just like his roommate being not roommate, his like stoner friend constantly being racist. That could be like a point of contention as well. Like, hey man, I care about this person and I want to be with her, and you saying like racial slurs is not cool. And then he keeps doing it, and then eventually Anthony Napoli like punches him out, like punches him out. But then he just shows up later in the movie, and like, oh, okay, I guess you came around.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it's crazy because like I was looking at the time of how much time was left to this movie, and it's like I'm getting down to like 15 minutes, and they're just like eating salmon on a boat or something, and I'm like, what is the conflict with this movie?
I know
what, like because usually with these like types of like relationship rom-com movies, there's a point where like the characters meet and everything's great and they love each other and they're doing all the fun things. And then maybe something happens where they have a disagreement, or there's like some mixed intentions, or like she sees him do something, but she doesn't have the full context for it. So like she thinks he feels one way, but he doesn't actually, there's so many like blueprints of romantic comedies to follow that you can just steal from, and he just doesn't do it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of like what I was trying to say with when I started that, like, that it does have those elements or whatever, but there's just they just go on vacation, and they actually, because when it was being shot, I was like, okay, these are like stock establishing shots of these locations, but then you see them like, oh, it actually looks like they're there. And then in the credits, it has like, it says shot on location, and like all, like they went to all of the places that they go to in that, like they go to like a few different places in Mexico. They go to like Rancho, they go to Catalina. I'm like, what the fuck? This is why they're like, okay, we can have like decent quality, like, gear, or we can just take a vacation and shoot it with some shitty ass cameras. Which, I mean, maybe in the long run was the right choice, because, I mean, it's not like this movie would be saved if it looked, if it was in 1080p or whatever. I was just laughing though, because I'm like playing it on the side, and the scene where she's giving birth, there's like a wide shot of him up there with her, and you can see the nurse down by like her legs, and she's like laughing. She's like really trying to stifle a laugh. That's really funny. Yeah. Oh, that's another thing. All the little like titles that are like trying to be like quirky or something like that. I don't know.
They're like in Latin.
Yeah. I at first it made me think of like Looney Tunes, because they do that with like Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner.
Yeah.
Where I'll have like Roadrunner and then like the Latin term, but I'm like, maybe that's it. But then they do it for like everybody. And then there's also other random titles. Oh my God. The fucking Benny Hill thing? What the fuck was that? That was so fucking... That was like...
Thank you, Benny Hill.
Thank you, Benny Hill. After just like playing yakety sax or whatever. And
it's like... It's a bunch of animals having sex. It's a compilation of like...
Which, Benny Hill is of course known for. And it's like the only thing that makes it Benny Hill is the song, which Benny Hill did not write. So like, it's fucking crazy. That some of this editing is just, I don't even know. That's just editing or just choices. Like, why have that in the middle of your movie? And it like has a picture of him too.
Yeah, it's like they YouTubed like Benny Hill interview and just like ripped it from YouTube and put it in the movie.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. And then for whatever reason near the end, we go back to like their college test that they were like studying for or something.
Mm-hmm.
And the professor is like teaching, he's like doing a lecture. I don't know what's going on. But then he's like, okay, I have it pulled up. Middle of page 234. And then he's like, I'd like to ask a question. Anyone here like to suck my... And then the bell rings.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is this? What does that mean?
I don't know.
Why did he say that?
I don't know.
It feels like outsider art.
Yeah, it does. In a way.
Some of the decisions that they make, it feels like I'm hallucinating.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's like one part where I watched it with closed captions, but then it's like there's like this. He's like talking. His stoner roommate is talking to him on the phone, and I noticed another set of captions show up. He baked in captions for just one spot, and it's when one of the captions just says "squirt." He's like, you can hear like there's like he adds in sound effects of turds going like plunk in the water.
And then squirt. Oh my God.
And it's like, it's not like he's saying something that's like hard to understand, so he has to like put captions. So it's like, why did he do that? There's like a fake fly sound effect that happens.
Yeah, I remember that too. Yeah.
I think it's like, I think they were like just like letting them improv.
That's what I was thinking. The college professor thing. I was like, that's probably like an outtake or something like that. Like the shot had ended, and then the actor was just like, "Oh, I'm just gonna."
They're like, "Oh yeah, you guys should just riff," because then he says he starts doing like an Arnold voice, and then it says, "You're not gonna cheat and fondle other people's butts, but just rock and roll, squirt." And then, because like I turned off the captions just to make sure I wasn't like tripping, I'm like, why did he put subtitles there for that specifically? Is he like racist against Austrians too? And he's just like, I gotta caption this because even though he's doing an Arnold impersonation, those dirty Austrians, and when they're hard to understand dialect, just totally bizarre decisions.
Yeah.
Because then at the end, he does the "That's all, folks."
Yeah.
And I think he's doing the Arnold impression there too.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is.
Which, I mean, in The Ungrateful Dead, I did that too.
At least there was some context for it in the. I mean, not that you were sounding like Arnold Schwarzenegger, but you're like getting attacked or whatever.
Yeah.
There was like some pretext for it.
Yeah, because I think we just watched the clip of Total Recall where his eyes like puff out.
That's what we were
like,
doing. Yes. Yeah.
We were like, haha, that's funny that happened to him.
Yeah, and that's probably what they were doing too. They were like thinking the same exact thing, but they didn't know.
Because it's like, yeah, I guess it is. They are making this in like 2005, so I guess maybe that's like peak humor is just doing Arnold Schwarzenegger voices.
Yeah, I had this thought near the end, like, again, not when this was originally shot in 2005, but with the frame narrative of like, basically How I Met Your Mother. I'm like, so is he's yes. reiterating all of this to his daughter. He's like, and then we went to Tijuana, Mexico, and then we scuba dived, and then we had sex, and she was on me, and I came so hard in her pussy, it was like a fucking geyser. and then we went to Baja California, and then I fucked her ass, and and then you were probably conceived one of these times, I don't know. And then also like everybody, even your grandfather, called her an N-word like multiple times.
That's what I thought the first time that his roommate or his stoner friend said that. I'm like, is he telling his daughter is this supposed to be like a word for word, like it's Princess Diaries or something? Like,
yeah.
The Princess Bride, sorry. It's like, the grandfather reading to the grandson.
Yeah.
He's just like, he's recounting all of it in like great detail. And it's just like, yeah. And then, oh, your silly old pop, your grandpa, him and his bloodlines, he just wants to preserve the white race.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. That's another conflict that they just don't really do much with it. It's like, it's shrugged off like it's just a different opinion and not like,
yeah,
some horrifically like racist, evil shit. Like, okay, it's that's like the trope. It's like the, upper middle class, like white family. It's like what, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner? Like that's kind of like one of those archetypal movies where it's like, she brings home a black guy and the family kind of has to be like, check themselves and their like sensibilities because they have these preconceived biases and prejudices maybe, and then they have to kind of put that aside. And like you could have done that here where it's like his dad's like, oh, like, that's are you sure, son? Like there's a way to do it, but it's crazy that instead of taking like the easy route of just being like, they're like kind of upper middle class, wealthy boomer type people that are used to just like white people stuff. And they're like, the only time they ever see like black people is like on the news when people are like being arrested for crimes. Like they just have this like Fox News opinion that like black people are just criminals and thugs or whatever. But the fact that they go immediately to like, well, our Nordic ancestors wouldn't be happy about this. And then his son's just, he's just like, oh, okay, Dad, agree to disagree, I guess.
Yeah. And then he's like, here's your granddaughter. And I feel like mentally the dad was like, okay, she looks white enough. Okay, I'm cool with this.
He's got like calipers and he's like, yeah, all right.
Yeah. And then it ends with the friends, like, they're all on the couch together again, and then they find out the one friend, the meaner friend or whatever, is like engaged, and now he's cool. So then I was like, was it just that he was like, he wasn't actually racist, he just didn't want to lose his friend? I don't know. And then
Isn't
they
it
play
to his sister?
Oh yeah, it is. So weird. Oh yeah, that was another thing that like he sees her at college. He sees Mari, I think is the main girl's name. At college, and he's like, "Oh, who's that girl? She's so beautiful." And then like, she went to high school with us. You don't know her? And he's like, "No," and it's just like totally oblivious. And then later, it's like, "Well, yeah, I'm best friends with your sister," and they're like, "Oh, it's so nice to see you again." He still like doesn't recall her at all. And then at the end when they're all, I think maybe both of the friends are engaged. I'm not exactly sure, or the other one at least like has a girlfriend. So they all talk about how each of them is whipped, and they use that word so many times, and every time they do, there's a whip sound effect, and then it ends with them all looking at the camera and all doing a synchronized whip. And it's the weakest synchronized whip ever, because you can see like I think Anthony Napoli like looks to the other one. He goes like, ugh. and then it does the "that's all, folks." And
You're whipped, and you're whipped.
No, the both of you are whipped.
You know what? You're the one who started the whole whipping thing.
Yeah, but you really are.
You man, you're whipped.
Okay, look, why don't we just agree that all three of us are whipped, alright? Cool?
And then it goes back to the present, and then the daughter's like, "Oh, that was a really nice story, Dad. So why did Mom leave us?" And then that's a story for another time. I guess that was to like set up a sequel, but like, what? Why? I thought it was gonna be like she's dead or something like that, or I don't know, or she was gonna.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, why would you introduce that at the very end?
Yeah, it's so weird at the end of your rom-com. Think about like if When Harry Met Sally ends and they finally get together, and it cuts to like like it cuts to them like in like the on the couch, like the interview thing where they're talking to the camera, like all the older couples, but it's like just Billy Crystal, and he's like, "Yeah, but now she's gone." The end.
And we're not going to answer any of those questions.
Yeah.
I don't like it when they look directly at the camera.
I
don't like it.
It's very unsettling. Yeah, it's very weird.
Like the stoner friend's just like, "I guess we all just need a little bit of love and compassion."
Yeah. There was part of me that was like thinking, I think somebody on Letterboxd said this, that like, they could have completed the trifecta of Richard Chamberlain, like, cause he does like the writing, directing, I think editing, but he doesn't act in it. And it's like, he should have played the main character. And I was like, part of me was like, that could have been interesting. Be one of those, like a Tommy Wiseau or Neil Breen or whatever. But also, I love Anthony Napoli in the main role because he's fucking terrible. Like everybody else, nobody's like amazing, but they're all like service for their roles, you know? They're serviceable. But Anthony Napoli's like bad. Like he's really bad. He has, which means that he has like the best line deliveries because he is so bad at this. he's so bad and like just awkward. Like he's like a hot guy that has the like just zero riz. It's very weird. I've never seen such a like I don't know. He's the perfect person to end up on a show like Nathan For You. Like one of those weird random oddballs that ends up on Tim and Eric awesome show. You know, he doesn't come off like it at first because he can like, you know, he looks like he can, you know, put himself together. He can look nice, but he is just as weird and awkward as like any of the other guys on those shows.
I think that's what also like made me think of The Room, is just like anytime he was talking to her, like beyond, you know, externalities, like I like that skirt you're wearing. Like whenever like they're talking about like their relationship, I feel like it's like that like very like vague surface level like observations, but he says it with that like kind of stunted delivery where it's just like, I only want to be with you. I only want to do things with you all the time. Mm-hmm. And it's so uncomfortable because it's just bad.
Yeah. So it, you know, makes sense that he only has this and one other thing. Well, and Nathan for you, if you count that to his name. She seems to have had like a little bit of a career. She's in like a handful of like, you know, bigger movies. A couple of like the Wayans brothers and stuff. So. Yeah,
she was in like Bridesmaids apparently.
Yeah, I saw Bridesmaids. Yeah,
she's in like an episode of Psych. I think she was in an episode of New Girl.
Okay.
And then she was in 50 Shades of Black.
Yeah, that was the one that I saw. But yeah, I don't know if anyone else in this really. Oh yeah. Also, I thought I have a scene on with the three friends, and I was thinking like, I mean, to be honest, this is 2005. Anthony Napoli could be around college age, but I was thinking like, all three of the friends look like different. Like Anthony Napoli looks post college. The really racist friend looks like he's in college, and then the nicer friend is like high school. So they're all different like age groups. Yeah. Yeah.
And then I was laughing because there's like the scene where the only person who seems to be like okay with their relationship is her dad, but he goes over there and I'm like, that dude is like there's that dude is like a few years older than them. Mm-hmm. But it's like
yeah, for sure.
It's like there's no way that dude's like in his 40s or 50s.
Yeah. Yeah, considering she's in college and she has an older brother, he would probably be like around close to 50 at least.
Yeah. Did you catch any technical errors or there's one scene in particular that I'm thinking of. It's one of the scenes where they're
one of their sex scenes. It. Yeah. Yeah, the one right after he does the mic face from The Room. She like comes out and she's just in like a bra and panties, and this is like the third or fourth time we've seen them have sex in the movie.
Yeah.
And he's like, huh? Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, the guy in the mirror. Yeah.
The camera operator in the mirror.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I saw that.
It's like, inject that shit into my veins.
Yeah.
Tripping on the tits. That's another thing that I wrote down. I did write down that I want a Pimpology hoodie. I think that would be
bring that back.
Scene where they're just randomly out shooting guns and stuff.
What the fuck was that? And then they're out shooting stuff in the desert, and then they come home to play the game Black Pussy Attack. Cause like
and it's the cats.
And it's the cats, but it's just like videos of cats, but it's like they're playing a video game. I don't know. But like everything
because they're doing like the
like they have like zapper guns or whatever. But like everything has to be rerouted through like black stuff, black people. Like they're shooting black people in GTA. Black Pussy Attack. Like it's so like it's impossible to like fathom what standpoint this movie is coming from.
Yeah.
It's maybe the most muddled message I've like ever seen in a movie.
Another thing I noticed about that scene though, I think they have like laser guns. if you look in the mirror behind them, I think you can see the little laser reticle like moving around. Like they're just like doing that. So it's like obvious that they're just pointing their laser guns at nothing.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
But I was like, dude,
right.
if you just don't
Just
look
don't
at
pull
your
the trigger.
shots. Yeah, just like look at your shots also and just be like, oh, that mirror, you can see it in the mirror. So like we better not do that here.
Speaking of, there's another error when when they're done playing, there's a shot of his friend and he like sits down, and when he sits down you can full on see the camera rig in the mirror. it's like
Hell
dead
yeah.
center frame. That's awesome.
Yep. Like this movie sounds so bad that I wish there were visible boom mics to be seen in the frame. Like, because at least that would mean that they tried to like capture good audio.
Yeah.
Oh, Anthony Napoli's in an episode of It's Always Sunny from 2007.
Oh.
He's businessman number 2 in The Gang Gets Whacked Part 2.
Oh. Okay.
You know what? Maybe he's like the guys that did was that The Book of Secrets, or what movie was that? Or the two guys? Oh no, it wasn't. It's Always Sunny. They were in a
I think
Tim Robinson sketch.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they were like, they posted it themselves on their own YouTube channel like it was their own, and they were like, yeah, we're in this show, like acting like they're the stars.
Yeah. Yeah. Or they said they wanted to turn those characters, like they wanted to like make their own show off of that.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you do that?
Yeah, Anthony
How would you
Napoli
make
was
that a
probably
character?
like, he's like, oh, we gotta make white chocolate too, right? Like we gotta make more of these. It's like, no.
I'm sure if you fed Richard Chamberlain enough of like, yeah, it'll piss off the liberals or whatever. But I'm just basing this off of that one picture on IMDb, and I guess the movie itself. It would not surprise me if he's,
Yeah, I don't really know. I want to say that the movie's perspective is that of Anthony Napoli's, but his perspective really isn't that. I don't know. It's like it might be like woke in like 2005, but he still lets like a lot of shit slide that he shouldn't.
Mm.
That like he has the right opinions about stuff, but he doesn't go about it in the right way, where like he's offended by the wrong things.
Mm.
I don't know. It's really strange.
But then like the way that the movie repeatedly like inserts other like racist or bigoted things without like him present, or without it like meaning anything. It just does it. It just throws it in there just because. Which makes it feel more like malicious. And cuz like, well, if you're showing this stuff and it's not serving like any point for like his character or the their relationship, like why are you showing it? To be provocative? I don't really think so.
Yeah.
But then it's just like, well, then you're just kind of being racist. The movie's just being racist.
No, it's edgy humor. It's edgy.
That's yeah, I know.
We gotta be able to make jokes again. We're making comedy legal again.
All right, you got anything else to say about this?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll go first. It's a hard one to like to just because it's so incredibly like offensive in just in that way that it is. It's hard to really say like I gave this a 0.5 star on Letterboxd, but I had a really fun time with it. So it's a spud for me. It's not the highest of high. It's not in the highest tier of spuds. But I would say this is probably the spuddiest spud we've had in a while for me.
Mhm.
And yet it's just so icky and shitty that I'm like, well, I don't want, because sometimes, you know, I'll see a bad movie, like a spud, and I'll give it a 5-star, you know, I'll give it the highest mark. So I'm like, yeah, this is great. This is all that. But because this is so, it's so gross. I'm like, yeah, it's a lot of fun, but like, I can't, I don't know if I would feel bad telling people to go watch this movie.
Yeah.
But for me personally, it's a spud. Just I laughed plenty of times at Anthony Napoli's line delivery, at just the insane editing and choices that were made. There's a bit of like dull times where there's not as much funny stuff going on, but it was consistent enough to like make me end up being like, yeah, that's good. And like it was like the last scene, I think, where I was like pretty solidly like, yes, yeah, this has got to be, just because, or like the last like 10-ish minutes where it's just they're really trying to wrap up everything. Like, oh yeah, the brother, have him come back. Yeah, the dad, you got to resolve that. Do the fucking Porky Pig ending, and then yeah, we got to go back to the present day. I don't know. It's just a hodgepodge of bullshit, but I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I think I'm right there with you. I do think it's like the spudliest movie we've had in quite some time. But it's like, yeah, like you said, it's a hard sell, because like there's a lot of like hard R N words that just happen a lot. So I can't be like, yo, we should watch this movie. It's like so funny because it's so bad. And then they just like start getting into like race science and using the N word, and they're like, why do you think this is funny? Like, because it's like, it's so absurd and badly made and badly edited that it's like you could almost overlook that stuff, but it's still just kind of there. And I think that's what stops me from like, you know, like entering it into that echelon of like bad movie night movies. Because it's like, yeah, maybe watch this one by yourself.
Yeah.
Or with like, I guess maybe other people who might think
close
it's like,
friends.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
This is like people that you feel safe playing Quiplash with, you know.
Yeah. Because like, man, the first time one of the white characters says it is like you get whiplash, you get like recoil damage from that. Like,
yeah,
it's just like so
unnecessary,
stark that you're like, whoa.
Yeah, you can tell that friend character is like an actual racist, like, because he is like, I have license to use the N-word with no regret in this movie, and he's like, every time he uses it, he's like, it's the hardest R you've ever heard.
He's like, you can't get mad at me because I'm acting.
Yeah, exactly.
He saw Pulp Fiction and he's just like, well, he can say it. Why can't I?
Yeah. Quick shout out to Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie. Because I saw it twice. That's what we went and did on Valentine's Days. We saw that.
I watched the first episode of the web series.
Like the original web series?
Yes.
Like, yeah, okay. Because there's a web series from like 2007, and then there is a TV show from like 2017. Yeah. So the web series is Nirvana the Band, and then the TV show on Viceland is Nirvana the Band the show, and now there's Nirvana the Band the show, the movie. Yeah, have you seen any of like Matt Johnson's other stuff? Like, probably his most popular movie is Blackberry, which is great as well.
Did he direct that?
Yeah, he did. He wrote and directed it. He's in it. He's in that one too, yeah.
The Blackberry's been on my list of like things to watch. I haven't seen it yet, but
yeah, it's great. He has a couple others too. I haven't seen those, but prior to this I'd watched like the show and stuff and then Blackberry, but I haven't seen his other 2 movies. Web series is good. TV show's better, and then the movie's like, God, it's well, I gave it a 10 out of 10, which is the first movie I've given that to in a while. I don't give those out a ton. But it's one of the best comedies I've seen in a long time, and one of the most like insanely just like impressive movies I've seen in a very long time. It's all like, so if you've seen the first episode, it's a very simple episode. They're basically in their apartment for most of it, and then they go outside to the Rivoli, I think, a little bit. Mm-hmm. But you get the premise. If you've seen the first episode, you get the premise, because they are still in the movie, which takes place in the present day. They're just trying to get a show at the Rivoli, which is a Toronto like bar venue that's like, I would equate to like the front room of the Intersection at most. It's something like that. So it's just like not.
But it's like just Madison a local Square bar. Garden to them.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. They're still trying to get a show there, and like that's the every episode of the web series and the show and stuff is like, Matt comes up with a plan and he's like, this is how we're going to get a show at the Rivoli, and then it's the same they do it, and then something happens and it messes up their plan, and they never get a show at the Rivoli. It's happens over and over again, and that's how this one starts out. It's like he tries to well, I don't want to spoil too much, but it's in the trailer, and it's kind of like the whole setup to the thing is like the plan in this one is that they're going to go up to the CN Tower and skydive off of it into the Superdome, which is the baseball stadium in Toronto. And then like on the field, they're going to like take the mic from somebody. He just says like, and then we're going to land on the field and I'm going to take the mic and I'm going to say, like, we're Nirvana the Band, the show, and we're Nirvana the Band, not the show. And we're going to be playing at the Rivoli tonight. And like, then everybody's going to go crazy. Blah, blah, blah.
I don't know if this is from the movie, but it might be from the Vice TV show, but I did see a clip of, they're in a screening of, Star Wars. Like what is it?
That's the TV show. Yeah. The Force Awakens, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's reading everything that's going on to them because like he's Matt, like blind. He's like, he's
Matt's
blind.
Temporarily blinded. Yeah.
And he's the part that killed me was he's reading the opening crawl and it's like Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens, and he's like, oh okay, and he's like Luke Skywalker has disappeared, and then Matt's like, no.
Yeah.
But like, I think they're actually at a screening because people are telling them to shut up, and he's like, sorry, my friend is blind. He's like, all right. He's like, all right, we pan down, and he's like, pan down from where? And he's like, space.
Space. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. There was a website that had like all of it, but I think the Vice series got like copyright strikes, so I think it's gone. But I heard somewhere that Neon acquired the rights to it.
Yes, and I heard that too. Yeah,
I think there is a physical release in the works of the web series and the 2 seasons of the show. Which, if that's really the case, cool. I will probably pick that up because, everyone that I see on Letterboxd who has watched this, like most of their reviews that are like non-spoilery are just like, how did this get made? How did they do literally anything in this movie? And like, the more reviews I see, the more FOMO I get. Cause like, I never watched the series. I never even really heard of it until I heard rumblings of people,
I wonder if there's one the
Wii Shop.
Yeah, did you see that one? Did you ever see that back in the day?
Super Mario RPG.
Yeah.
I think I've heard that before.
Okay.
I didn't know the context of it. That's like, I think that's one of the bits that is like breached containment.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. That's the one that's kind of reached, like, if you've seen one of their videos before, it's probably that one. And that's probably the one that I saw, because I watched it I feel like I watched the web series like in high school. So, you know, within a few years of it coming out. And that was probably the one that got me tuned into it. Like, I saw that and then went to the other ones from there. But yeah, it's like I've heard like snippets of like random behind the scenes thing, and like everything you hear about the movie is just like it's like the whole thing is like, it's like magic, like how they even made it, like the stuff with like the CN Tower, or like there's a scene later on where they need to film like one of them running away from a mansion. So what they did is they went to like Drake's house, and there was like something going on there where there was like a bunch of news people outside Drake's house, and they needed to have it look like there was something happening at the mansion in the movie, which isn't supposed to be Drake's house, it's somebody else's. But so what they did is like they set one of them up to like where he was supposed to be to run away, and then Matt and like the camera guys, they set up shop like they were just another news source like filming like the Drake stuff. But what they were doing is they were actually shooting past it and shooting their scene, like with the news people like in the foreground or whatever. Or like, I don't know. There's so many little things like that are just like their creativity with like, or their resourcefulness, I should say, with like what they do to like get their story told and like get their shit done, or like, I don't know if you the poster, the one that's on Letterboxd with them like on the bottle, they're like flying through the sky.
Yeah.
So that's a copy of a Marty Supreme poster.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason that they did that is because for some reason, before that Marty Supreme poster went out, there was like an in-company email about like distribution for it. Just like, okay, this poster is going to come out on this day for Marty Supreme, and this is where it's going to go, you know, blah, blah, blah. For some reason, they were CC'd in that email, like on accident. So because of that, they made that poster, and because they had the details on the release, they set it to release at the exact same time as the Marty Supreme poster. So like even something like that, that's they're like the perfect opportunists. I'm trying to think of more stuff, because there's so many little stories, and apparently also a lot of stuff that they can't talk about for like legal issues. They're just you're never gonna see like a fully comprehensive making of, because they can't.
It'll like implicate them.
Yeah. Yeah, it's also like it's very sweet when it needs to be. The whole series and the movie and the whole series is like it's just a good, like, it's like a buddy movie in the terms like, oh, it's, you know, two like, you know, bumbling kind of child adults like who are friends. But like it's also very like heartwarming in that way too. Like it's such a good like they're such a good like couple, like a good pairing.
Yeah.
And it really like it's not like it's gonna like make you cry or anything like that, but it's like a really like feel good friend movie.
Yeah.
Like they're and also it's like it's added on top of that is because like they actually are like friends in real life. Like you see the credits roll and it says like directed by Matt Johnson, score by Jay McCarroll, written by Matt Johnson and Jay McCarroll. Yeah. And like Jay has scored some of his, like Jay scored Blackberry. And he scored some of his other stuff too. And like you'll see pictures of like around their house of like, you know, the part where one of the characters is like staring sentimentally at all the photos from their past, which like in a lot of movies you'll just see actor's face poorly cropped into a group photo. Right. But like their photos are them from like when they were children, but it's like actual photos of them as
Right.
children because they've like actually been
They don't
friends that
have
long,
to
so
fake it because that's their
'cause
life.
they yeah. And it's yeah. So on top of it being impressive, funny, it's very, very sweet too. It's just
God
it's
damn,
kind
I
of
need
got
to go
everything.
see this. I need to go
It's got-
see this so bad.
It's got just like I was talking with Clea the other day because it's funny because she had literally never heard about it before, and I was like, I really wanted to see it, so I saw it like I was gonna see it. Well, I wanted to see it. I was working the day it came out, so we saw it Saturday last week, and I was like, "Do you want to see this?" And I thought she was gonna like take. She was like, "Oh, let me see. I haven't heard of that before." And I was like, "Yeah, I know. I thought maybe."
Yeah.
And she was just like, "Yeah, okay." And then, lo and behold, she loves it like just as much as me. Like she feels like the exact same way. So I like that, like somebody who knows them, who's like watched them like from, way back when, and somebody who had never heard about them before, and we both loved it. And then we saw it again a couple days ago. So we saw it a second time. And when the movie was like wrapping up, it's like in the last scene, I was like thinking, I was like, I want to watch this again. Like I want to watch this right now. and we were talking about it afterwards. And yeah, I wish I could think of how she put it exactly, but kind of in that sense, she was kind of saying like, it sort of just has everything you want in like, in a comedy movie, whatever, in like what it is like the whole package. It has everything. Yeah. So it's great. Anyways, we got another movie. Another dude. This is you again.
Yeah. So I kind of had to do some thinking about this one because I didn't want to pick another like stinker. Like the Bye Bye Man was kind of a stinker.
Okay.
And so I went to Wikipedia and I looked at like list of films considered the worst. And we have done a lot of those, I've come to learn. But there's one on there that
I feel proud of that, actually.
yeah, I was like, oh, Alone in the Dark. Yep, I know that one. Ben and Arthur. Yep, that one's on there. So this one, I'm a little cautious about it because I do feel like
this was on that list, though. You did.
Yes.
Is that what you got this from? Okay.
This one is on that list.
Okay.
It is one that I have seen before, but it's been like 20 years since I've seen it.
Okay.
And I'm a little worried that like kind of recent reevaluations might cause us to amend it from the dud cup, from the dud list. But we'll see. It might be just like a very spudly dud. But I think for my next dud pick, I want to do from 2001, directed by Tom Green, Freddy Got Fingered.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, no, I see what you mean. Because, yes,
when this came out, it was universally despised.
Yeah.
And this was like a movie that I remember watching with like a friend in high school, and we like laughing at all the gross shit that happens in it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It could be amended from the dud cup just as like a normal movie, but it could still be a very spudly dud. But I want to give it another shot. I want to watch it again. So that is my pick. That's kind of
okay.
I don't know, maybe a ringer because it's like kind of a notorious movie that a lot of people know about. But
no,
yeah.
that's good.
Freddy Got Fingered
seems like
2001.
Yeah, this seems like a little blind spot for the show and for me. I've never seen this one before either. So
oh, you haven't?
No.
I'm very curious what you'll think.
I loved the trailer as a kid. I feel like I could quote the trailer. Like Daddy, would you like some sausage?
Yeah.
Daddy, would you like some sausage? And then I found a buried treasure. That's soap on a rope, you dope.
Yeah, Rip Torn is so great in this.
But anyways, watch Freddy Got Fingered before the next episode if you don't want to be spoiled for it.
Just watch Freddy Got Fingered. That's all I got to say.
These episodes come out on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. EST on YouTube in video form, as well as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more in audio form. We also have social pages on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. You know, do the stuff, interact on social stuff. It'd be cool to get your comments. We get them once in a while on one source or another.
One guy commented once on Spotify, and that was pretty nice. So keep doing that. Keep doing that if that's how you're listening.
Yeah. And with all that said, who wants to suck my dick? I'm TJ. And with me as always.
As always, I gotta get going because I gotta go get some douche.
Oh.
More like douche. And I am Nick.
All right. I'm gonna say it.
Oh.
That's all, folks. Have a good one.